As we have been saying all along, our line learning technique begins with the creation of a simple and efficient filing system in the computer that is our brain. In this episode, we will show you how to set up your folders on the page of your script as well as within your subconscious. Then, you'll be ready to let the hard drive of your subconscious do the heavy lifting of memorization so that you can focus on building your performance. Let's get out our script for the opening monologue of Romeo and Juliet. Before we get started, I realize that it's likely that you'll be wanting to know how to apply this technique to the scripted dialogue for a role that you're preparing. You'll need to take a few subtleties into account when you do that. We'll cover those carefully in a later episode. For right now, learn the basic technique by using this monologue. After you've done this, you'll have the foundation for how to approach a page of dialogue expertly. The chorus's speech, or prologue, has the structure of a traditional sonnet, 14 lines long. Since it makes up the entirety of the chorus's contribution to the first act, it will serve nicely as a working unit. Before we can take this working unit through the 3-3-3 pattern, we need to set up our folders. We divide our working unit into 3 folders of just about equal length. These 3 folders serve as the beginning, middle, and end of our working unit. It's important that we link these folders together. We'll do that by selecting a line or phrase that will be shared by adjacent folders. In this case, we'll choose the line "From forth the fatal loins of these two foes" to serve as the link between the beginning and middle folders, and "The fearful passage of their death-marked love" will serve as a link between the middle and end folders. Now that we have our folders set up, we will create files to put into each of these folders. We do this by taking our working unit through the reading phase utilizing the 3-3-3 pattern. The 3-3-3 pattern is employed like this. You first read through the entire working unit from beginning to end 3 times. This is your first pattern of 3. For your second pattern of 3, you will read through each of the 3 folders 3 times. The beginning folder 3 times, the middle folder 3 times, and the end folder 3 times. The first folder will end with the linking phrase "From forth the fatal loins of these two foes." This phrase will also begin your reading of the middle folder. The middle folder will end with the linking phrase "The fearful passage of their death-marked love." And of course, that phrase will begin the reading of your end folder. Your third pattern of 3 will involve reading through the entire unit from beginning to end 3 additional times. This final pattern of 3 will reinforce your memorization and the links between the folders. After you have gone through this 3-3-3 pattern, you have not only memorized your lines, but you have reinforced the memorization. By employing this 3-3-3 pattern on your working unit, you have placed 3 folders on the hard drive of your subconscious and have placed accurate and vivid files within each folder. The unit is now memorized, ready to be accessed. When engaging in the reading phase, you will read the lines off the page out loud. You'll read them more slowly and louder than you would in actual performance. We don't take our eyes off the script. We don't try to memorize. Our subconscious will do that for us in the same way that it did in our memory game from the 3rd episode. It's helpful, if you can, to put your script on a music stand or some other surface. This will get the script out of your hand and allow you the freedom to express yourself during the reading phase. The more active you can be when you go through the reading phase, the better. It's the same principle that made it easy for you to access your words in the memory game when you created an active and vivid image in your subconscious. Get your entire body involved in the reading of the lines. One of the most important things to stress about your workout is that you always move your work forward. Don't stop to correct an error. Don't go back to an earlier portion of the script and take another run at it. We'll explain why this forward-moving orientation of your work is crucial to your success in the next episode. You will concentrate on achieving 3 goals during the reading phase. First, you will focus on creating an accurate file to put into the appropriate folder on your subconscious. This is why you don't take your eyes off the script. In order to memorize the working unit accurately, it must be read word for word 3 times. Secondly, you are memorizing performance energy. You are not trying to give a realistic performance at this point. Learning your lines should be a physical workout. Always take the time to warm up your voice and body before you begin working on your lines. The time you take warming up at the outset will allow your work to take hold more quickly and develop more meaningfully. And let me stress, don't try to create a realistic physical or vocal performance at this point. Overdo it as much as possible. Test the limits of your body and voice with your delivery at this early stage. Thirdly, by reading the words on the page more slowly and louder than you would in actual performance, you are open to make discoveries about how the words on the page affect you. The words we use were not created by a committee. They evolved from very real human needs. There's much to discover in words. By concentrating on the sounds of words, you have the opportunity to connect with deep and basic needs of your character. Make yourself available to the primitive and visceral effects that words have on you as you give them full voice. This will create a physical memory of your lines in a way that will pay off handsomely when you shape this work into a more nuanced and realistic performance. There are many other things to know about the reading phase. We'll take a look at those in the next episode. For now, look at some of the work that these actors did with the reading phase.
2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge, break to new mutiny, where
From
civil
forth
blood
the fatal loins of these 2 foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured, piteous overthrows do
is
with
now
their
the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss our...
Now it's your turn to take the prologue's opening speech through the reading phase. We'll continue our training in the next episode. We'll catch you after your workout.